Good morning, Tuesday morning, heading out to Herzliya to prooV. A couple of meetings there talking about the growth the company is experiencing right now. Very exciting. For lunch, I'm meeting the CEO of Urban Place, one of the hottest co-working spaces in Israel, meeting him at Herbert Samuel, one of my favorite restaurants. And then I'm going to meet Omer Perchik, the CEO of Any.DO, to film a new promo video for his startup. Fantastic day ahead, and tomorrow is Memorial Day, so a pretty chill day, half a day, it's a sad one. Then after that is Yom Ha'atzmaut, Independence Day, so there might be some barbecue vlogging. All right, let's do this. Made it to HQ. It's not ideal droning weather, but still beautiful here on the beach. Now heading to the office, but it's a good way to start the day. It's a good way to start every Tuesday. Right here at the office, the beach. Okay, so I was thinking about it this morning. You know I come to prooV every Tuesday. You know I'm actively advising this company. You know I love the company. But I realize that when I come here, I go droning on the beach in the morning. I do some cool time-lapsing. I come get some work done here. Usually go to lunch, come back here, get some more work done, go to a couple of meetings, and then I'm out of here. And I realized some of you who've started watching the vlog recently might not even know what prooV is, and even if you've been watching for a long time, maybe you don't understand it on a deeper level. I've done some interviews in the past with Liel, with Yossi, with Toby, with some people here, but this dude sitting next to me, one might say, is responsible for all the magic in this company.
No.
He gets it done. All right, so I just wanted to tell you why I'm so excited about this company, give you another angle into what's going on here, and yeah, just kind of tell you about prooV, because this is really a remarkable company. Who are you?
So, my name is Tomer Shwarzberg.
Why are you so serious, man?
What do you mean? I'm doing business. This is a serious video.
Okay, very serious video, yes. All right, yes. Tomer, yes.
So, I'm a business development manager at prooV. Been with the company actually almost 2 years now.
Wow. All right, what is prooV? If my grandmother is watching.
Okay,
from her grave.
prooV.
Sorry.
prooV basically is a platform that helps our customers run their proof of concepts on the cloud. Now, if it is your grandma watching, it's basically we help our customers test new technologies in a more secure, streamlined way that also makes it more informative. So they actually can find the best new technologies for them.
All right, so you are way more sophisticated and intelligent than me. So I'm going to now dumb this down, because what you just said is spot on, but I'm going to ask the question that maybe some of you might be asking, which is why? Let's just take one step back here. If I'm an enterprise, if I am Intel, or if I'm IBM, or if I'm Apple, or if I'm Microsoft, or if I'm the Bank of America, or if I'm Morgan Stanley, or if I'm whatever, okay? Big company, enterprise. My biggest challenge today, because I'm so big, is to move, is to innovate, is to remain relevant. Now, yeah, I can innovate in-house, I can build my own technologies, but again, things are slow. So the way to do that, to increase relevancy and enhance and increase innovation in the organization, corporate innovation, is by adopting startups, is by using technology that's out there, that's being developed by a lean startup somewhere in the world, and just saying, listen, you have the technology, we have the needs, let's collaborate. That's called a POC, a proof of concept. Now, when an enterprise wants, now, by the way, it's important to mention that not only does the enterprise want to run a POC, but every startup dreams of working with Intel, right? Every startup wants to get their technology in the hands of a big enterprise, so it's really a win-win, right? Yeah. Now, in the olden days, pre-prooV, to do that was a headache doesn't even begin to cut it. Like, first of all, if I'm an enterprise, how do I even find relevant? Let's say I'm an enterprise and I want to use AI technology. Where do I even find that? What, am I gonna start reading TechCrunch and looking for relevant startups? Like, where do I even find a good startup? So just the discovery element. Then, okay, let's say I find it, I'm like, oh, you know what? That sounds like really cool. What am I gonna do? Like, shoot the CEO an email, so let's collaborate? Okay, maybe you can do that. How do I know if the technology even works? How do I know if this is somebody that I want to work with? How do I test this thing and make sure that it might work on their servers, but how do I know if it works on mine? There's a massive process that could take, how long does the POC take, pre-proof?
Months, and actually over a year. Yeah, it depends on how big the organization is, how complex it is.
So it's ridiculous, because what you're doing is you want to speed things up. What you're doing is really slowing things down. So, you know, POCs are something that both sides want, but unfortunately, it's not something that enough do, and that is because of the challenges and the obstacles in running a POC. With prooV, how does it work?
So with prooV in the picture, we basically help our enterprise in the picture here mimic their parts of the environment, parts of the production, parts that are sensitive to them on the cloud. Obviously, having a server on the cloud, it's not the hurdle here. The hurdle here is how you bridge the gap between the two. What you have internally that's very sensitive to you, and how you can actually test it externally in a way that will actually make it easier to invite companies, see their abilities, see if they're able to work with you.
I'm gonna do it again, man. I'm gonna dumb it down again.
Okay.
You're just too smart for me. It's the problem. You're too smart. All right, so if I'm gonna take this down okay, I'm Intel, I found a company, want to work with it. What am I gonna do? Take this startup sitting somewhere on the beach in Herzliya and say, okay, I'm just gonna take their technology, put it on the, our Intel servers and hope for the best. Worst comes to worst, it crashes the servers and we're losing $100 million a second. Like, that's not a risk anyone's willing to take. And you know what? With all due respect to corporate innovation, now we want to innovate, that's not worth the risk. So prooV says, okay, Intel, no problem. You have servers with tons of data. You don't want to necessarily give us that data. You want to give us access to your servers. We'll take your servers. We'll create a mirror image of them. This is your server. We'll create a mirror image of them. You have to give us zero access to sensitive data. We will create an identical environment for you to test this startup and see that it works in the same parameters, the same criteria as your actual production environment. You see that it works, one button, boom, deploy. And you just ran a POC in weeks, a month, 2 months, not a year. How's that?
Much better. Much better than me.
Okay, so, well, no, you're saying the real stuff. I'm dumbing it down. But, so, I mean, this is a company that, raised from world-class investors. We're talking about, Mangrove Ventures that invested in, like, Skype and Wix and WalkMe, massive, unbelievable VCs and many other investors that are, tremendously valuable to the ecosystem. And the company started selling not that long ago, reaching unbelievable amounts of sales and revenue, growing rapid growth because again, it's a win-win. Every side wants it. Thousands of startups on the platform begging to run POCs, that's a little dramatic, wanting to run POCs with enterprises, hundreds and hundreds of the biggest enterprises in the world. We're collaborating. The thing with this is that because of the sensitivity of the POC, you can't necessarily talk that much about, but you name it, like the biggest companies on planet Earth are using prooV to find and adopt relevant technology in a POC format. That's crazy cool. So what do you do here?
So I basically help bridge the gap. I help find companies, enterprises that are looking to be more innovative, quicker, really streamline the process for them, but also do it in such a way that will actually be more scalable. So we actually help them do this in a more disruptive way, actually disrupting the POC process, and they absolutely love it because they know how they're looking for innovation, they know how it's done today, but actually disrupting the process is amazing for them. And eventually we're not only answering the demand of innovation, but also the supply, because we actually also help the other startups. They're actually the small companies who have amazing products, amazing technologies. Let's connect them to the big players. Let's let them
win-win.
show. Yeah, let's
total win-win. You having a good time?
Yeah.
Not only because of the view. By the way, let me just show you. You notice how the light is like amazing right now? Let me show you what's in front of me, okay? Yeah. Holy smokes. No, the view here in prooV is unparalleled, and Herbert Samuel is down the block. So it's a pretty big win for us. We got the best office in Israel. Anyway, so you're having a good time. You're traveling around the world. You're meeting the biggest enterprises. I think it's consensus in this company that you are a key component to the success of this company. So just keep at it and keep kicking butt, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for the interview, by the way. Appreciate it. I didn't really have to twist your arm. I really had to twist your arm. Like I literally said to him, Tomer, me, you, the camera, there, now. He's like, all right, let's do it.
And if it goes live, I actually approved it because he told me if I don't like the video, I can delete it
This
myself.
is my pitch. Let me tell you, this is my pitch when I pitch people, because this camera, you don't see it, but it's massive. And when I say I want to interview people like with that camera, that's scary. And I'm like, you know what? If you don't like it, I'll delete it right away. That's my pitch. And it usually convinces people. Never till today have I once, after the interview, had to delete it. Ever. I was interviewing a friend of mine at Taboola the other day, Miri, who does branding. She's like, I need to see it every time. Someone's like, I want to see it afterwards. And yesterday at Deloitte, same story. At the end of the day, first of all, it's an amazing camera, but at the end of the day, it's about the people, it's about the content. So generally speaking, interviews come out cool. Thank you for the interview. Let's go back to work, man.
Thanks.
Heading now to the Ritz, to Herbert Samuel, the most awesome restaurant, to meet the CEO of Urban Place and the company he acquired, the guy who now does business for Urban Place, Daniel Rubin, my boy, and just kind of get to know each other a little bit. Been following Daniel's career. He's an awesome dude. I've heard a lot about the CEO, never met him before. So we're doing it over steak. waiting for them to arrive at Herbert Samuel. Look at the view here. All right, now I'm going to meet Omer Perchik from Any.DO, a company that raised money from Eric Schmidt, as in the Google chairman Eric Schmidt. We're going to record some sort of promo video for Any.DO. I don't ask questions. Omer Perchik asks me to show up. I show up. He's awesome, and I don't get to hang out with him nearly enough. So I'm excited to see him and to see what we're recording. If only I could find my way out of this parking lot first. But to this good-looking guy, who are you?
Jeffrey Tower.
Jeffrey Tower. We're going to record some Any.DO goodness.
We are.
Very excited about it.
Spreading the goodness.
I haven't been at this WeWork in a very, very long time.
Either have I.
And we have arrived.
Been a while.
Whoa! WeWork Herzliya. Okay, I'm meeting the Any.DO team. We've been connected for easily 5 years online. Never met. And who are you?
I'm Shiri.
Shiri. And you do marketing. And who are you?
Shai.
Shai. And you do?
Design.
Design. Okay, so I'm showing you how to use this camera, so recording. See the little red dot in the corner there?
Yeah.
That means it's recording. Little red dot, that means it's recording. Now we're recording.
Very complex.
When it goes on, unlike most mics, this mic turns on. So you don't have to turn on the mic separately. Something that saved me many, many hours of lost audio. Now we're recording. You finished recording? Sitting here with someone who, listen, dude, I don't care if you're gonna get, embarrassed that I'm saying this. It's okay, because I've been following this guy's career for easily a decade. And what you do, I'm just gonna tell you right now. We're gonna talk about your product in a second. We're gonna talk about your company in a second. We're talking about a lot of things. But what you do in PR,
What I did in PR.
no, what you do when you want. I don't even know how you do what you do. I'll be honest with you. Omer Perchik, CEO and founder of Any.DO, raised money from Eric Schmidt Innovation Endeavors. That's a total tongue twister. Innovation Endeavors, who I love the whole team there, especially Danielle, she's amazing. And like I said to you before, and I meant it in a good way, when we were growing up, hustler had a negative connotation. Today it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. You've been hustling, you've been building this company since I can remember. Before it was cool to have a startup, okay? Let's just say that.
Okay.
And, I don't know what you want to disclose, what you don't want to disclose. Whatever you say or whatever I say and you don't want in, I'll cut out.
Okay.
But this company, give me, because you told me some stuff now, some of it off the record, but give me some numbers or some stats about how successful this company is, some of your achievements, just whatever you can talk about. Hit me.
Yes, so I'd say that in short, we just passed like 100,000 paying subscribers, I'd say, which is a big milestone for us.
Wait, what is your product?
So the product is like the world's most popular task management app that combines calendar. It's kind of like a personal management type of tool.
Again, before it was cool to have that. Now everyone, yeah. Okay.
And we have millions of, like 20 million users, and a lot of them are active and are using it on a daily basis and all these things. The direction of the company is to actually build an assistant. So like turning the to-do list, so-called, into a to-do list that does itself, which we've already done. Okay. So that's already in production in the US for a small set of customers.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to interrupt you, man. I keep interrupting you, but it's okay. We're close enough, right? Sure. Okay, good. Just making sure. Let me just say one thing. When I met with Adam Singolda, CEO of Taboola, many things about that company blew me away. One thing that really blew me away is how he started the company. He said to his mother, he was watching TV, and he's like, why do I have to channel surf? Why isn't content coming to me? And he built it. He said, the world is going away from pull to push, right? Everything. Think about it. I don't want to be searching for things. I want it to come to me.
Correct. And
that's what you're doing. I'm searching on Siri and on Alexa. You're saying, wait a second. I have the technology, the artificial intelligence, and all the other buzzwords you can imagine to know you. Why not give you the information you want when you want it?
It's more than information. Like, it's actually doing things on your behalf. So it's like basically giving assistance to everyone, in a very different way than what the market does, in a way that really disrupts the whole model. It's like basically 180 degrees from what's the market doing, whether it's Siri, Alexa, while we do use them as channels to what we're doing. So like, we are part of Alexa. We're part of the operating system. They've opened APIs for us that weren't available.
So work in Israel?
What?
Still work at Israel?
No, it's like the team in Silicon Valley.
Okay, so you're pushing me the content and the task and getting stuff done for me when I need it. Let's just sum this up. You 20 million users, you said?
Correct.
How many paying users?
100,000.
100,000 paying users. You raised, what's on the record? How much money did you raise on the record?
On the record, it's 6.5, but it's more than that.
All right, 6.5 or more than that from the biggest names out there. And can we talk about the state of the revenue? Again, you don't have to give me exact numbers, but are we talking about?
So I said like 100,000 paying subscribers, and the paying subscribers are paying around $35 a year. Vast majority of them are and we're growing about 15% month over month.
We had a debate about a certain topic, whether that's a sexy topic or not. We want to talk about that on camera? Sure.
Okay. So yeah, we're profitable.
See, okay, Omer, dude, you and I both know that that's sexy because most startups are not profitable.
Yeah, but the flip side of it is that you can always claim the counter argument for being profitable as a startup is that you're not growing fast enough. So
that's a valid point.
So being profitable out of itself is not a valuable thing. I think that the more interesting thing about us, other than being profitable, is that the fact that we got to the point where customer acquisition cost is actually lower than day one ARPU, which basically means that if we spend $100 today on ads, that we just started doing ads in like December, and these $100, let's say, buy 100 users, within a day, they spend these users more than $100. So it's essentially a money-making machine.
Nice. You keep going, keep pouring in.
And so we're growing profitably, and that's a pretty unique position to be in.
Let me tell you something that I never told you before, okay? Dead serious right now. When I sit with startups that come to me and ask advice or whatever it is, or when I'm advising startups, I always say, and I'm not gonna get into it, it's a much longer discussion which we'll have over coffee, but I say, there's one thing that you must have. No matter what you're doing, no matter what space you're in, there's one thing you must have, and I call it a home run. What do I mean by that? I mean, if your product is the most beautiful product that investor ever saw, then you got their attention. And if your traction's unbelievable, then that's your home run. And if your team is, the guy who built Gmail joined your team, then that's your home run. And once you have 2 home runs, then it's gonna get a whole lot easier. And I always give, I'm not kidding, dude, you can ask any startup I ever met with, I give Any.DO as an example. I said, Any.DO, they were a to-do list. There's nothing sexy about that, but they built a product that when you open this product, you're like, holy crap. And then Innovation Endeavor saw it, and then you got a second home run because then Eric Schmidt invested in you, and then you build a big company.
Alongside Eric Schmidt, there are some other folks as well, such as Jerry Yang and Joe Lonsdale and some other great folks.
Say Eric Schmidt, you know, it's me. How do I know? Anyway, dude, listen, we're gonna have a cup of coffee. We're gonna do a much more extensive conversation and interviews to get ready. Put on your makeup. But the bottom line is, I commend and I take my hat off to what you've been building, and just keep hustling, man. I'll be the happiest person in the world when you IPO. Man, good luck with everything you do. We're gonna have coffee soon. Honestly, Omer Perchik is just a PR beast. Google Any.DO and look at the amount of press that they've gotten. I have so much to learn from the way that guy does PR. It's unbelievable. Like, whenever he launches anything, the entire world writes about him. Super smart guy, but again, more impressive than anything is that he works so freaking hard. Anyway, now to go find my car and head back home. What a day. See you tomorrow.